When the FBI kills someone, there is no other law enforcement authority that has clear jurisdiction to investigate that killing. So basically, in almost every instance, the FBI investigates itself. That's why it was a big deal when the state prosecutor in Florida agreed that he would also look into this shooting that happened by an FBI agent in the Florida prosecutor's jurisdiction. But that is the prosecutor's report today that came out early this morning, and that utterly exonerates the FBI of all wrongdoing. It says no criminal charges will be filed at FBI agent, and the Florida prosecutor's report says this incident will no longer be reviewed. The investigation is complete. At the same time, literally on the same morning, we got also the Department of Justice report, them releasing their own report on the same incident. And again, it also completely exonerates the FBI for any wrongdoing in this case. It says it's a completely justifiable shoot. In addition, also today, the FBI has told us that their own shooting incident review group, quote, has met on this matter and found that, yes, the shooting was consistent with the DOJ deadly force policy. That was all today. Bing, bing, bing. 1, 2, 3. And it's all over as far as law enforcement is concerned. After 10 months of there being no official information on this case whatsoever, Mr. Todashev's family, outraged and bereft, holding press conferences to show the photos of their son that his friend took in the morgue, showing these 7 bullet holes in him, them trying to get some explanation of what happened. With his girlfriend and his friends, at least 3 of them, deported and or barred from re-entering this country during the course of the investigation. All of a sudden today, bing, 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 all in one morning, the U.S. government at both the state and the federal level and the FBI itself all declaring this matter to be overdone, completely investigated, and totally kosher. It's done. The Council on American Islamic Relations in Florida has advocated for Mr. Todashev and for his family throughout this case. They said today that they question the FBI's narrative in the case. They say, quote, the only person who can contradict the government's narrative is now dead, and the investigation into his death relied on evidence gathered by agents of the same agency involved in his death. The ACLU in Florida today, they praised the state prosecutor today for what they said was casting more light on what happened in that Orlando apartment last May. They described today's report as an important step for transparency. But they also say that the report raises as many questions as it answers. According to the Florida ACLU, quote, even in light of the new information, 7 bullets, including to the head and the back, seemed like an unnecessary response to someone who reportedly assaulted an officer and was wielding a broomstick. When a subject is threatening or assaulting an officer, it is the job of law enforcement to subdue him and take him into custody, not to execute him. The central question of whether officers were justified in killing Mr. Todashev, why a man wielding a broomstick needed 7 bullets put into him, remains frustratingly and disappointingly unanswered.